works. People want the convenience of paying their taxes online, for example, and people do come into the website and look at the events. Well, the more we give people, the more engaged, the more choices they have, and sooner or later we will create kind of a critical mass, a momentum that the city already has. That's where we want to go.
One more question. Do you know if people are looking at the events? Have you checked the data?
Well, we know, right, Peter?
Yes, we have analyzed other services, how they use the tools. We know that from the Hotjar recordings, which were provided to us, and we have checked the other cities, how they are engaged, and how many votes they have on the projects, and this is how we concluded that the people are looking into these projects.
Yeah. Have you checked with the city whether they demand such tools, like voting for the projects? Does the city have more projects than they could actually put into the life?
Can you repeat once again, please?
Whether you check with the city whether they have whether there is a need for such tool, like for the voting for the projects.
If we start with looking to other cities, then I believe that yes, there is a need because other cities put resources into it, and
yes, and it's tried and tested. I said we know that Barcelona, Helsinki, many cities use this as a primary tool for engaging their citizens, and we have to have it. Frankly, it is where I know that I can trust my city to put up events that are vetted, that are verified, and that I can participate in, and it's a simple one-stop location. Sooner or later, I think Bratislava ID and the city want to be kind of like a hub for all these kinds of events and seminars and workshops and teachings and so on. So yes.
And I wanted to add one more thing. As me, as a Bratislava citizens, I lack the communication about the projects and events I'm interested in because I have to go back to the same place where the data is not updated. And this would be a really nice place where I can sign on to and subscribe to the information about the particular projects or events.
From a technical point of view, this is specifically implemented for Bratislava and the Bratislava ID app.
Yes.
It's not the same software that is used in those other cities.
No, this is implemented directly into the Bratislava website and is working directly with the Bratislava resources, what they already have. And we have a demo because we implemented first two features, but I don't know, I can't see it there.
How much of that is implemented when you say first two features?
The first two features are implemented fully. It means that we have the designs, the backend, and the frontend already done. And the third and the fourth feature has the designs, has the backend, and only the frontend is missing. And before we even started, we had to fix some bugs in the code base. So we were doing more than the three features.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, BRS, Frank, and Peter. The second teams that will be pitching tonight, second team is FitRe. So I'll kindly ask a representative of FitRe to come on stage. What's your name?
Thank you very much.
What's your name?
I'm Victor.
Hi, Victor. Good luck.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Okay. So hello, everyone. I'm representing Team FitRe and our project, BRESC, which stands for Bratislava Renewable Energy Source Calculator. So the problem identified is that if someone wants to invest into renewable energy sources right now, it's very difficult to figure out how much energy you can produce at your house, what the time for return on investment is, how to find someone to set it up for you, what are the requirements when it comes to the electrical energy provider you have, and also how to access financial support from the EU. So our solution is to make one application where all this information is available to you. The application needs to have an interactive UI. It should be able to show the best solution tailored to your needs. It should be able to show you the accurate energy calculation. And also, it should be easy to understand what the costs are for the solution and how much you can save using it. So we have a quick video presentation, what it might look like. I hope it's playing. It's not playing. Okay, I'm not sure how to play this. Okay. Okay, I'll skip it for now. My apologies. What's going on? Okay. Okay. Should I? Okay. Thanks. So, how much is this actually worthwhile? So, the average household in Bratislava, or in Czechoslovakia in general, uses up about 2,400 kilowatt hours per year, without electric heating or other expenditures. With heating of water and room temperatures and such, it can go up to like 12,000 kilowatt hours a year or more. And the most readily available solution for solar panels right now is from the SOE. It produces 3,100 kilowatt hours a year. The expected return on investment using financial support from EU is 7 years, and the expected lifetime of the solution is about 30 to 40 years with a 25-year warranty. And also the most important part is that it's future-proofing your household for further expenses, such as electric cars or heating and such. So what does it mean for the city? We try to calculate what the real impact is. We focus on 25,000 family homes in Bratislava with the before-mentioned yearly energy expenditures. We calculated what the impact is for using the solution, and also, more importantly and more interesting, we've calculated what happens if you want to buy electric cars. So with 2 cars per household, we have a significant increase in the usage of energy, and an ideal solution could save tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of tons of CO2 emissions yearly, just from the family homes in Bratislava. So thank you very much for your attention. Yeah.
So, Victor, thank you so much. So this is only for houses, not for apartments?
Yes, the recommendation from the mentors is to focus on family homes because there is a more difficulty legally and contractually for the residential buildings when it comes to like accessing financial support from EU or dealing with this and other providers. Yeah.
So if I have a house, what do I get with your tool?
Yeah. So you get an interactive map where you can look up your address. It shows you the geographical location, based on which we can calculate the amount of sunlight you are getting in your location. And it shows you a 3D model of your house with a recommendation where to place the solar panels. And it calculates for you what the cost of the solution is, how much energy you will get, and other things related to this. Yeah.
Does it take into account only the square meters of the roof, or because the roofs may have different shapes, different slopes?
Yes. So the square footage of the roof is available through the cadastre data, and we can use LiDAR and other solutions to 3D scan the building and get the shape of the roof and such. Yeah, so it's also possible to do this.
The demo video didn't work. Could you just show us again, like what do you exactly do?
Do you mean the application? Yeah. I hope we can play the video. I'm not sure how to do it, however.
Just walk us through it.
Okay, so the first screen is a map that is similar to the cadastre map. You can look up your house. When you click on the house, it shows you our estimated parameters for the house, which you can confirm or change depending on what the actual values are for you. You can also display the 3D model of the house if the LiDAR data is available, which it should be in the coming years. And then we provide the recommended solution based on the parameters you confirmed. So for example, if you have electric heating and cars, we can take into account above the expected usage based on the averages, and yeah, stuff like that.
That sounds like a lot, especially you mentioned EU regulations and things like that, and how to get funding from the EU and so on. So can you give us an idea how much of that is implemented?
Yeah, what we've managed to implement is data pipelines for collecting data and calculating the costs and possible savings in terms of CO2 and funds of the user. The problem with Euro funds is that they are not accessible yet. The final proposal should be published next weekend on like the 30th of October. It's going through the approval process right now, so it should be available in the next 2 weeks.
One more. Which other data have you used except the cadastre, such as difference between winter and summer, or the cloudiness, average cloudiness throughout the year, and so on?
We use a data set from the EU. It's called Star 2. This is the best one I managed to find. It calculates the yearly sunlight you're getting at your exact location. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Victor, and your BRESC solution. Sorry for the technical issue, but I think we could almost imagine it working how well you described it. So apologies for that. Thank you, Victor. Thank you, FitRe. And the next in line is Green Guardian, represented by
Elena Štefancová, but my friends actually call me Michal. And so I'm Michal. I work for dispatching of this city. And I don't know what you think about the game of telephone. I think it's great for children, not so great for crisis management. But that's often how my work looks. Something happens, I have to inform the police, I have to be in touch with the firefighters, I have to be in touch with the public transport system, and they all have to communicate together, and it's a lot of hassle, takes a lot of time. But since recently, we started to use this amazing system, which is called Keep It Cool, by Green Guardians. And since then, my job is just amazing. I love it now. I have this really, really cool dashboard, which shows me all of the alerts, all of the crises, which is now happening in the town on the left, and all of the related tasks which are generated automatically on the data on the left, on the right, ordered by the priority, by the most important issues at the moment, and also by the most sensitive areas related to these alerts. And what is even better is that access to the system also have all of the other city services. So now, this one is for me, but similar dashboard have people, for example, at the police, people at the office of the public transport of Bratislava, and they have their own related tasks related to the alerts. So, for example, now I see there is a heavy rain coming, I should do something. First, it seems I should check the cameras. The area which I should check the first is Zochova. So, by one click, I open the camera. Okay, not great. And then the system asked me, so is the situation fine? Should we do something? Should we not? Maybe alert you later? And in this case, I think we should do something. So I choose that option. And then the system automatically generates me the next tasks. And sometimes even when there is a need to, for example, send an email or contact somebody, the system does it by myself, I'm just the one supervising it. So since we are using this amazing system, I mean all of us, all of the services of Bratislava, I love my job, I have all of the information in one place. We are way better coordinated between the teams. And not that I would ever do a mistake in an error at my job, but if I would, this really helps to avoid any human errors. And also, we are saving the resources by saving the information resources. So let's make Bratislava more resilient.
Thank you so much for your presentation. So who's going to prepare the tasks for different people?
So actually the tasks are kind of already prepared in different methodologies and policies of the town. This one was exact tasks for a dispatcher in this case. We sit down with a dispatcher and we walk step by step through use case and then show it to him again when the application was ready.
You said you're using it already, and I guess you did.
Excuse me, I can't hear.
You said you're using this dashboard already, and I guess you didn't start to use it yesterday. So what did you do on this weekend?
No, we show it to him this morning. Or what did you ask?
No, this thing is already in production, so it's already in use in the system, right? In the city.
No, it was just a joke.
Okay, I didn't get that.
Our team actually met on Friday evening, so.
Okay.
This is a very new thing.
Okay.
Okay, what we have seen is just a mock-up, or there is some working prototype or
The
something?
front end and back end are already working. Just not all of the information are live connected to API. Because some of them are, like for example the weather, but some of them we know that the city has the access, but of course we don't have the direct access. They couldn't give us access to cameras and so on.
Okay, and is it based on some existing platform like GIS or something? Or is it completely separate?
Completely separate based on all of the feedback we got from like different people working at these different services of the town.
What do you think will be the main challenge when you will try to implement this?
For people to be willing to use it, but we actually got confirmation from some like higher placed people of the town that if there is a call for this from the top management, they have to use it. But of course, you know, the adaptation is gonna take a while.
So what do you think is the killer feature which would help you to increase the rate of usage of this?
I think it's just way easier for the cognitive load for the people. Like, for example, when we talk with, the other Michal from dispatching, he told us it would be just amazing that there is like several alerts, and all of the alerts have different tasks for different times. And it would be so much easier for him to just go through the tasks in the order they are supposed to be done than for him like thinking separately about all of the alerts. And for example, on dispatching, there is only 2 people. So he said this would be amazing, like really, really helpful for them. I showed him the application and he was just like, yes, this is exactly what I need.
Quick one, how do you integrate data from Meteorological Bureau and other places?
From which one?
From SHMU, for example.
So from what we talk with people, actually, for example, dispatching is already subscribing for some people from Sohana.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, I'll use that one. Thank you very much. It was Michal from Green Guardian. Great, yeah. I should shut up now. Okay. As you've seen, the jury takes every word seriously. Whatever you say, they take it seriously, so be careful what jokes you're making on stage. Next in line, Heatbusters. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Jakub, and to be honest, I don't travel to work by bike. Why don't I do it? Well, because the streets look like this, are not so safe. And it's not just me. A lot of people consider the streets of Bratislava to be too dangerous to ride bike on. So they maybe prefer a car. But that's not optimal for the climate, right? Because if you travel by bike instead of a car, you decrease CO2 emissions tenfold. So the idea is, if the streets are too dangerous, how do we make them safer? Well, maybe we don't have to make the streets safer, but we can take different streets to where we're going. That's what we focused on this weekend. What we did, we took a lot of data from a lot of sources, and we tried to estimate a risk score for every street in Bratislava. We took data about accidents, about how the roads looks like how many lanes are there. If there is bike path, is the bike path separated? Is there traffic? If there is traffic, how fast is it moving? How fast are usually the cars driving? All of these factors are combined together into a single risk score for every single road in Bratislava. After we've done that, we visualize the result, and it looks like this. As you would expect, the red means bad, green means good, yellow is like okay-ish. And you can zoom down and literally look at every street, your street, and see actually risk rating. So even right now, you can go use this map and look at where you're driving and if there is maybe a different road nearby that you can take. So who is our target audience? Basically, it's the people doing the bike sharing. They don't ride so often, it might motivate them to do it more. Tourists, we don't want to send tourists to Račianske Mýto straight away. Maybe they would benefit from this. Parents with toddlers, and also hobby cyclists who may be bikers for relax outside of the city, but now they would also bike in the city. Okay, so we have some fancy map. What do we do with it? So basically, we can use it for navigation. We have a prototype. After some steps, for example, we can even improve our data if we are allowed on non-public datasets, we can create a map layer for navigation. So literally, as you can imagine in Google Maps, you can navigate to your point, not in the fastest way, but in the safer way, which would improve your enjoyment from the ride. And this could be integrated into the Pomestje app, which already guides you using also public transport. And then we would have a feedback loop, so people could actually tell you if this risk score is correct or not. And it doesn't stop there. We could also implement new map layers, for example, riding around green areas or around sightseeing areas. And lastly, the data would be available for the city to use on any other analysis. Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. When you look at the map, there is part green and then there is rest red. So how do I jump the streets? So how do you think about it, that street, for example? How do I get on the green routes if there are just reds around me?
Right. It's not always possible, right? It's also so exact that in Bratislava, mostly in the city center, the main roads are all red. So the idea is to dodge the red roads with maybe the orange ones that go around and only cross or only go necessary distance on the road ones, on the red ones, sorry. So it's not going to solve it. It's not going to be always the safest route, but it might help.
This code, how do you get that? Is that trained on something? Is that, are you putting just data together and say this is good 30%, this is good 50%?
Right, so what we did our research based on review of literature, what factors actually influence risk scores on the roads across the world. These are the important values and variables. We only had few, it's not all of them, but this is what we based on, and we practically mapped them so they would be comparable, and then joined them together with the average, pretty much.
So it's a weighted average?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of encoded values from 0 to 10. Based on each factor.
Did you make some testing or verification of your scoring? Did you went out?
Yeah, well, the idea was, I was thinking, I don't cycle to work. Is there any way? I actually did, and I looked, and I found a way to get to work safer. Also, we also did possible some mock-up on how the app would look like. The red one is the fastest route, and we see that it works. No, sorry, yeah, fastest, and the pink is the safest, so it goes around in the safer area.
But the pink is a cycle path along the, right?
Yeah.
The river, that river. So could you give us another example which would be more like, like two roads and one which is useful, one which is not? That's one question. Second, you even more important, you said you can integrate it with other things than Pomestje. So how it would work?
It would work pretty much. You would say where you would know where you are. You would give it a point where you want to go, and it would find you the way itself, right? So it would be it would guide you.
So can you integrate it with Mapi.cz or anything else which is used?
Yeah, I just want to jump in. I mean, to integrate a new layer to the navigation, that's not so easy because the decision algorithm needs to decide based on other data, other weights. So that would have to be researched, or I don't know, we would have to come up with how to integrate it with Mapi.cz or something else. But we've done a very small script which is doing it. It is not perfect, and the example which you saw is from that script. So, yeah.
And the route finding is implemented?
Yes.
All right. My third attempt to make this microphone work. Yay, it's working. Thank you, Hitbusters. Next in line is Not a Candy Shop, and I'll give you 10 extra seconds at the end of your pitch to explain why you named it Not a Candy Shop, okay? Deal? All right, the floor is yours.
Deal. Hey, hello. Okay, so hello. Our project is heat island mitigation by watering. Imagine that you are walking through the city, and then out of the nowhere you get sudden heat slap from the heat island formed in front of you. We have a set of challenge for us to solve this problem. Have you ever wondered why this car exists? The main purpose of this car right now is to pour water on the ground and to clean streets and to avoid dust air pollution. But we want to use this car in other way. We want to use it to improve microclimate of Bratislava. According to these 3 studies, it is possible to decrease temperature of the road up to 6 degrees and to decrease the temperature of the air up to 1 degree by the pouring water onto the ground. So our primary goal is to optimize the usage of the watering cars. As first part of our solution, from the data provided to us, we have identified several routes crossing the heat islands. Then we have identified and marked with the purple color the parts where is the highest density of the vulnerable people. Then we have marked the actual road of the watering car in the old town. And as you can see, many blue or purple spots are uncovered by it. So, at the summer, there are approximately 10 to 20 days when the temperature exceeds 35 degrees. Our idea is very simple. Our idea is to send the watering cars to these spots, and this idea is possible to be done tomorrow and almost for nothing. Since we know that pouring water on the ground is an efficient way of cooling down the heat islands, we have developed several ideas how to improve this idea. For example, we would love to develop the automatic system which would send the notification to the Bratislava workers about if it's needed to go into these spots to pour water on the streets or not. We are confident that you will be able to use this solution by the summer 2024. This is our team, which would love to help you implement this idea. So let's make Bratislava a cooler place to live.
Thank you. So what will the driver get from you?
Sorry, once again?
You said the drivers of the cars will go, so how would it work? What did they get?
Okay, so it is very simple. We identify the most crucial spots, and then we will... our idea is basically to...
No, let me make
Yep.
it easy. Is it an app? So if I drive the car, you will tell me
Yep.
where to go, or how does it work?
Well, currently this is our MVP. So we just know where are the spots. But the idea is exactly to create the app which would tell you where to go.
That's a lot of water.
Sorry?
That's a lot of water.
Water?
Yeah, I mean, you're putting a lot of water on the streets. And
Yeah.
a certain minimum needs to be there, but in your solution it would be more.
Yes, but you know, it is possible to put together the way around these spots and also to cover the road where the car goes right now.
So the first goal is to optimize the way cars are going. So if it's not that hot in the day, we just want to optimize the plan so they don't water those places in the night, but in the afternoon. And if it's really, really hot, like those 10 to 20 days a year, we can target these places specifically, and that's not that much water a year.
Have you checked with the city whether they have enough cars to do extra trip, or what would be the cost of this, of running this, in terms of the people, cars, and water?
In this moment, for whole summer, the cost of all cars was 20,659 euros or something like that. So it's not that big a cost for the city. And I think that 1 hour of the car costs 20 euros city.
Yeah, but there was also a question, do they have enough cars?
They have 12 cars and it should be enough. Because they go once a week on this route.
Ah, okay.
Looking at your map, a lot of these streets that are in blue are some of these very small streets. And despite having a lot of changes in the parking system and where you can park and so on, I imagine at some point you go with this giant watering cart through a very small, slim street with cars left and right parked. I don't want to be my car there. I don't want to have my car there. Did you consider that?
Yes, so city has two different cars. One is really big, which can go only on the typical big road, but also the smaller one, which is able to go to the smaller places. And on this map, you can see only the primary roads.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Thank you, not a candy shop. And now the bonus question, why not a candy shop?
Because we are a real deal.
Okay, you're a real deal, not a candy shop. Thank you. That was less than 10 seconds, maybe one. Thank you. We're halfway through, so you've seen 5 teams to go. And next in line is Pakwal. Is that a good? All right, the floor is yours, Pakwal.
So, hi everyone, my name is Jakub and this is our solution for the second challenge. So basically at the start of the hackathon, we thought, what's something that affects every one of us? And after a lot of thinking, we came up that it's the garbage. Every one of us produces garbage, and we need to somehow make it better by utilizing the Bratislava ID. So we did our own research on our family members, colleagues, and we found out some of the most often reasons that what would people make better? And the most often reason was that people are forgetting to put their garbages out the night before the garbage man comes. And that means that there's uncollected garbage, and there's their citizens are paying for what are they not using. Also, there's a chaos with OLO forms and communications if you want to make some changes in the OLO. So basically our solution solves this issue for 27,000 households, which are all of the family houses and gardens in Bratislava. And also there's over 10,000 OLO forms filled every year, which we would like to digitalize and put all together. Also, there's around 100 garbage containers not collected every day, which in total per week presents 12 tons of garbage. And the impact is, in our opinion, really huge because there's a lot of unused capacity in already driving garbage cans. More track departures. If people are mad, they call the OLO and they have to deroute, and we need to utilize the tracks that we have the most. So this is Bratislava ID as of today. It's a new platform. We think it has a huge opportunities if we attract more people in the application, which we think with our solution could be really doable. So our solution is OLO module for Bratislava ID. It's an intuitive portal with relevant information about garbage and garbage collection around your house. Currently, the biggest feature is that you will get a notification about upcoming garbage collection, so you will never forget to take out the garbage out anymore. And also, online forms is submission, a live overview of those submissions. This is currently how you set up the notifications in the portal, so we will receive them. This is what we made up during this week. It's just some of the features. You can manage notification. You can see all of the important dates in one place. So you know when the paper is coming and the bio is coming, so you can schedule your works around garden or so on. Also, we implemented easy-to-pay taxes for the garbage, map of special containers like oil, textile, electronic waste. Also, interesting articles to educate citizens, so we learn how to recycle better, maybe how to make a compost. Expansion, we think that the expansion is really limitless because we can put all the things that OLO does in one place. Also, we can optimize the garbage trucks routes and prepare Bratislava for pay-as-you-throw because that's something that Bratislava really wants to do in the next few years. Thank you, and you can try out our prototype.
Thank you, Jakub. So what happens when I click on the QR code?
What you can find?
Yes. So is the application working?
Yeah, it's just the prototype with mostly how the UI will look and the notification UI, how you will set up your notifications.
So did you look at how to integrate it into Bratislava ID or not yet?
Well, it's a web application. We took inspiration from the Kupaliska part of the application. So there are two ways we can integrate it, either like the Kupaliska, which is on separate domain and separate kind of application connected to the Bratislava ID, or we can put it directly inside the application like Danie taxes, I think, are.
This is connected to the, so Olo has an API where I can get the dates.
The Olo?
Yeah.
Yes, but you have to go through many different channels. You have to find it, and this would be something we look at it, and also from the point of view that we want to bring the people into the application.
I'm not saying I could easily access that API myself. I'm just asking, are you connected to the live data from Olo?
Not yet, but really that's the only it's the only way to do it. So we didn't make it now, but it's obviously the way we would make it.
Okay, so that's the plan, and that API exists.
I think yes, because Olo Web has it. We didn't really research those APIs because since the web has it, there has to be. Maybe it's not open, but we can work with that.
There could be some poor person sitting there, updating it from time to time. But okay.
So what do you think is the biggest risk, biggest challenge if this was to be implemented?
Challenge? I think that getting the people into the application with notifications could help, but really just connecting all it together in a way that people would really like to use it and take out something from it, which we are doing with the notifications, and we can do it with many more features.
Yeah, thanks. If Olo would improve a bit their web, which you said is a bit clumsy, what extra benefits you bring on top of what they have?
Well, you can, since you will see all of the dates, the trash is taken out. You can, like for the bio output, bio waste, I said that if you have some huge thing in the garden that you know will take a lot of space, you don't have to order extra garbage taken out, but you can schedule it so we will start 2 days before and finish it 2 days after, and you basically save the time. And you have it inside the Bratislava ID, which is also a benefit.
Yeah, but you said the schedule is already on their website. So I'm asking for the extra advantages.
It's about unifying, mostly, and making it better for the people.
Thank you, Jakub, and thank you, Pakwal. The 7th team that you will see pitching today in the format of 3 minutes pitching, 3 minutes Q&A is SugarTech. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much. So who is suffering from ambrosia racquet allergy in this hall? So do we. That's why we prepared a solution for that. Growth of ambrosia is influenced by climate change, and it could cause severe allergy with the asthma in the end as a finale. And it's not only invasive, intrusive plants spoil the soil, it also prevents the growth of plants like corn, beans, sunflowers, but most importantly to the city, some trees like silver birch, English oak, and white willow. And it's also very handily unnoticeable, so it's very hard to notice. And with climate change, it likes dry and hot weather, so with years it will continue to spread across Bratislava more aggressively. As well as now, 33 million people in the EU suffer from the allergy. If we don't act till 2060, there would be 77 million people. And in Slovakia, according to the data we have, every 5th person suffers from that allergy. And by the last blooming season in August-September 2023, Bratislava was in the highest zone and the highest risk of concentration of the blooming in the air. So we prepare a solution for that. This is our allergenic weed identifier. You just need to take a picture of ambrosia. It will tell you whether it's ambrosia or not. It will put immediately to the interactive map of Bratislava that this is a dangerous zone, and it will send the ticket to the city authorities, because this is a responsibility of the city authorities to remove everything intrusive, invasive from the public fields, as far as we know from mentoring. And for the sake of other greens and people health, it would be spread across Bratislava from people with allergy. And our first users would be people who suffer from the allergy, who are aware of that, and who are digitally active, and who are community responsible. And when we finish web and mobile application, we will start communication strategy across the channels using city channels, targeting, and partnership with healthcare organizations, including insurance. And to create this solution, we used ready-made solution, MyPlantNet, Python library for maps. In 3 years, we are aiming to integrate it with Bratislava Passport, and we will use RCI GIS license, which city already has, to let the authorities know the exact location of invasive plants. This was our team. It's a very short introduction. Thank you so much. And let's go green, but more responsibly and carefully.
So could you tell us a little bit more about how do you know that people are going to use this? Like, what is the process like for the people? Why would they, take a photo of it, do the whole thing? I understand a lot of people have allergies, but like, did you actually test it with people, or like, how do you know it will work?
Well, we actually did some mini user research during this weekend because we are also suffering from allergy. And people really like the idea. Like, they should just be aware that this solution exists. So ambrosia, for example, could be removed from their neighborhood or where they are walking, living, doing their job, etc. And also, they at least should be aware that it's spread around in the season of blooming, especially. Because, yeah, it's very hard to survive if you especially live nearby the ambrosia itself.
So I'm not an expert on ambrosia, so if it's an invasive plant, how do you make sure that it doesn't appear again in the same area?
Well, it's a stable process. Unfortunately, we are not fully ecologists to answer this question, but we have a successful case of Vienna, which 90% of the city, they removed these plants already, but they did it for a very, very long time, and it's a stable process. Sorry?
Yeah. Did you check the possibility of the implementation with the city? Like, if they have enough manpower and people and money to fight? Like, you are reporting locations and expecting someone will care, city will care. Did you check with the mentors whether city has capacity?
Well, about capacity, it's also, we asked that a lot for people from the city. And as far as we know, by law, if it's invasive plant, it must be removed from the public fields.
The solution in Vienna was a completely different one, so not based on an app. And just for me to understand, I walk somewhere, I feel my allergy coming up, so I take a photo around and then run away.
You just take a picture of the plant if you saw it, because people with allergy of ambrosia, they are starting to Google how does it look like to avoid this area in the season of blooming.
So I know that I have this allergy against ambrosia, so I look for ambrosia and then alert the city.
Yeah,
okay.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
And then you also, other people will have access to this map, so they can see where is that located, for example, inside Yadka Kraля or etc.
From there on, it's clear, I think.
It's also kind of community engagement thing too.
Yeah.
So most of ambrosia, is it on city-owned land or private land?
Public fields, because we also and we saw ambrosia in public fields around Bratislava.
Thank you, SugarTech. Thank you for your pitch. And the next presentation will be presented by a representative from Tofu Theory. What's your name?
I'm Gabriel.
Gabriel, now you can use your mic, and your pitch is right here, right now.
So, hi. Unfortunately, I start with a fact. Climate change is caused by people. But what I also need by the fact that change is also caused by people. And cities all over the world and in Europe are already using people force to make a change in the city that is related to climate or city sustainability and so on. So volunteers are helping them to plant trees, maybe do some cleanups, help with the greens, or help them during climate emergencies, which is good. Which is also very good is that Bratislava is also using volunteers for some climate-related stuff, but it's really clustered. People have to use Facebook to find out the events. We don't have any databases for that. We are sending their emails, and what is the worst is that city has to pay third-party applications or services to somehow find these people or make them gathered. We want to change that, and we want to use Bratislava Konto and somehow implement a new section which will be ready for the volunteers. They would be able to find a map of the possibilities. They would be able to find some trainings or some kind of community. So if there is a city council or there is some kind of initiation like 10,000 trees, they can put it to the map and people can find it. They see how long it takes, when they should come, how many people are needed, and they can just simply register. They also, inspired by city of the Barcelona, they can put their own ideas and let people who are using Bratislava Konto to vote. So people would extend their already using Bratislava Konto, Bratislava ID, and put some information about the volunteering, which city can use in a database. So what are my skills, what is my availability, maybe what are my notification options, and so on. We would get a database which can be used later, so everything will be unified. But sometimes there is a really bad climate emergency, like in Czech Republic, there was a hurricane. You need people, you need a lot of people, and boom, we have volunteers now. We can push a notification for them and find volunteers who would be volunteering for a so-called rapid response team for helping with some debris or maybe doing other kind of emergencies to help distribute water and so on. So once again, we would have one source for all of the possibilities for the volunteers. There would be a voting system for new ideas and a place to get the knowledge. And the city would get people for their needs or some rapid response people in case of the worst emergencies that can happen during the climate changes. And of course, some money that can be used in other kind of types of needs. Yeah, let's make a change. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So what have you done over the weekend, technical-wise?
Yeah. Is it working? Oh, okay. What we've done is only right now a prototype in a Figma. Because we wanted to focus more of the thinking, and we also would need to talk with the city council if we want to use just to get them more information. Yeah.
So what are the top 3 volunteering activities which would get people use the platform?
10,000
for people who have never volunteered themselves, like, I don't know, most of us here, let's say.
Okay, so we have initiative 10,000 trees. We have initiating fighters with mosquitoes, but we also have Bratislava Volunteering Center with a lot of people. We have platform like Growny, and so there is people for us that can be used in the case of this. So people would need to register, and they would get notification and so on. And the platform is already growing, or starting. So I think this is the best start to find them.
Yeah. Do you have any idea how many volunteers are currently there in Bratislava? And you mentioned a couple of other sites. So the intent is to integrate them because they would get irrelevant if this will fly off. How would you attract them? Why you are better?
Yes. In 2001, there were 200 volunteers just on one event of the 10,000 trees who were planting the trees. So there are people, and how would we attract them is it's also on the city that it will be pushing this possibility. And in the case of the worst climate emergency situation, like in Czech Republic, the people will be found because there are always people to help the Ukraine and so on. So then the motivation is the help itself, and then would be have a platform for that.
And the idea is that all volunteering activities are organizing only by the city, or also the community themselves? It could be also bottom-up?
The initial idea is for the city council and city districts. We didn't want to involve NGOs, but or other initiatives or other groups, but it's on the city.
So who is the person on the city side that you need to convince?
Yeah, we were already trying to convince people who are like owners of these initiatives. They were happy of it, by it, and we also talked to crisis manager, and he also told us that there would be volunteers, but maybe they have to be trained.
So, as there are a number of NGOs, how their activities would be integrated in that case? In case of NGOs? NGOs can like create their own like initiative that can be put in the map. So like we are going to clean the Danube and so on.
This was Tofu Theory. This was Gabriel. I have to say, by far the coolest moves on stage so far. Do you rap, Gabriel, or do you do street dancing or something? I do actually, yeah. I knew it. I knew it. Very well. Thank you for showing us at least a glimpse of your skills here, rap skills. Maybe we can do it after we pitch. All right. We have 2 more teams to go. Teams with Slovak names. I'll try to translate. So the first team of the last 2 teams to pitch is Veseli Bratislavčania, which is like happy people from Bratislava. That's it. And what's your name?
My name is Juraj. Hello.
Juraj, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you. So as you can see, our aim is to remove complexity barriers in decarbonizing heating of apartment buildings. We understand that Bratislava would like to get climate neutral by 2030. At the same time, we know that most of the apartment buildings are heated with natural gas. About 35% of energy-related EU emissions are created by the building sector, and currently Slovakia doesn't have some central or systematic plan to change this. So, too many slides. Okay, so we would like to focus on solutions with significant decarbonization potential, and we would like to initiate the change from the bottom up. So who can start the change now? For example, the apartment owners. I, as an apartment owner, would like to drive the installation of heat pump or solar heating of water to decarbonize our heating in our apartment building, especially. So we will focus only on the solar heating of water for apartment buildings that can bring reduction of about 60% of emissions compared to using just gas for heating water. I, as an apartment owner, if I would like to do this, I have too many questions, and I can tell you it's quite difficult to find answers on Google, or even we tried ChatGPT, but no particular help was found there. So we would like to bring some solution for these apartment owners, which would provide them concise information on one place, guiding them step by step through the process which they need to do. First, to understand the topic, go through some calculations through feasibility, and with the installation, and maybe also sharing the experience. Within the guide or the step-by-step manual, we can create some personalized solution of the feasibility checks so that the owner can put their number of inhabitants or the current price of the water, so that it's really tailored for his apartment building, because there might be some differences. And as an output, he can also see what is the financial impact on his apartment building, because usually my neighbors, they don't care very much about the decarbonization, they care about money. So Bratislava is a beneficiary of this project, because Bratislava would like to get climate neutral by 2030. Who delivers the solution? It will be based mostly on the volunteers, and so yeah, we would like to involve the community of volunteers similar to Slovensko Digital, and perhaps we can collaborate also with some NGOs and private sector. There was an idea also to engage some universities. Maybe they can create some student projects for particular guide step-by-step manuals. And there was also an idea with the klima.bratislava.sk, so we can integrate this solution to one of the solutions about Bratislava ID, which was mentioned earlier. Thank you very much.
Thanks for the presentation. Can you explain what is the actual implementation? Because it looks like an information website or sort of checklist.
Yeah, exactly. We have taken an inspiration from Navody.digital, where people can address their various life situations with step-by-step guides. So this will be really a simple website which can provide relevant information for the apartment owners to deliver this change.
Isn't this solution suitable? I'm just thinking out loud for more of an electricity provider or energy provider in general.
Well,
the ones who sell solar panels, for example.
Well, we assume that usually when you have an apartment buildings, there are so-called, let's say, communities of the owners, and they usually need to initiate this kind of changes, for example, with insulating of the building, and same with for example, the solar heating of the water, that will be purely on their roof, and the provider of the heat or even electricity company, they have no stake in that. They are not interested in doing that.
Right, but is this not the job of those providers? Let's say I want to install AC, which is, I know, not climate helping, but like, you know, on their website they have all these guides, like what kind of permissions you need and et cetera, et cetera. So I would assume it's similar for solar panels or whatever. Like what would be your benefit?
This is different for the large apartment buildings, because usually you have a very relatively easily searchable guides for family houses. But for the apartment buildings where you have, for example, 40 owners, it's not that easy because they need to, for example, persuade the owners, the other residents, and they need to find out whether there is some subsidy for apartment buildings, because most of the subsidies are used by family homes, but they are available also for the apartment buildings. And yeah, did I forget something? Sorry.
Did you make any calculations, or are there some proof of concepts in terms of installing this on apartment buildings for heating? Heating you need in winter when there is no sun or less sun, which means it doesn't actually perform.
Absolutely, yeah, sure. This is actually related to this graph that, for example, the water heating by solar delivers only 60% reduction. Well, only, I think it's quite significant, but 60% of reduction of the CO2 emissions, because as you say, during the winter there is almost no sun, or it's not sufficient to heat the water. But for example, the heat pumps, which can heat during all year round. Hi, thank you.
Thank you very much. This was Veselí Bratislavčania, and we're approaching the end of the pitching session with the last team. And I would like to invite on the stage the team under the name of Žubrienky Lebo Medveď. And since we have many English speakers in the audience, we have Uwe in the jury. I'll try to translate. It's tadpoles because of the bear. And if you don't understand the meaning, the issue is not on your end, but probably on your end. Maybe you can explain. you can explain at the end what it actually means. The floor is yours.
Thank you. So we focused on solving the floods. Currently, we have a huge problem on our hands. It means warmer climate meeting with the paved surfaces. We can expect even worse flooding, and from year to year, it gets worse and worse. Flooding is periodic, and so we identified places which get flooded, and based on the height map of the city and also on cruciality of the roads, we've narrowed it down to these 3 places, which our solution can be implemented to. And we narrowed down to the Rožinovská underpass because we think it's the most crucial one, as the biggest hospital of the city is located there. That's our biggest idea, that we will solve a problem where road gets blocked in a way not only for cars but also public transport and ambulances, and time costs not only money, but can also cost lives. Last time the underpass was blocked for 24 hours, and the detours are quite extensive. We can offer a solution. This photo of a liner which gets inserted into existing pipes, meaning we are providing solution which is a no-dig solution. And the innovation which we are offering is not using only one liner, but making 2 chambers which can separate the wastewater from the drain. Drain is the problem, And so we looked at the area, calculated how to solve this exact interchange. We measured the area and looked at instances, how much rain can we get, for example, in 100 years. So we proved it against data and looked at whether we can find a suitable plot to build a retention park. We found it. It's a city-owned area which can house green space, which could store this water. It's really crucial because this water normally goes to Danube, and in excess flooding, the water goes to Danube, and so or to Štrkovec. We can solve this. We calculated all of the costs. We can build really nice area which can house, for example, this is instance from the abroad, from Bangkok. This is how it might look like. And so sports area, which is affordable, which is doable, and which is quite practical, can be expanded on.
Thank you for the presentation. So do I understand it correctly that you want to build a rain park?
Yeah.
In that location? And what was the part with the pipes?
Existing pipes can move the water to relieve the sewage pipes get blocked. And instead of paying money to treat it in a wastewater plant, which doesn't have capacity, we can move water into area which can solve the drought problem, actually. So we don't have to pay for it, and we can actually be better off by the sponge city, keeping it in the city.
That sounds like one of the reasons of this flooding is that the water that comes from the rain is going through the water treatment plant.
Yeah. So the pipes are underground, which lead to this area, are 4 meters by 3 meters, but they get blocked by water because the rains are so intensive. And by not allowing the rainwater to get there, but building a pump and moving it here, we solve the capacity for the sewage. And so we don't get sewage into Danube, or in current state, this underpass gets flooded, and we pump, normally it gets pumped to the lake. It's also environmental hazard. And so we got praised by water utility guys and also by magistrate that they are really already thinking about this, and it might truly solve the problem.
So if you want to dig a hole, why don't you dig a bigger hole in Štrkovec?
It's environmental, they are a protected species, so it's not a good idea to move sewage. The problem with is you need to have the intervention of separating the pipes. Currently you don't have the separated, you have mixed sewage, which is also poop water and such. This is the innovation which can be scaled not only into Bratislava, but also other cities.
Yeah, the solution which you say with this retention area is quite expensive. Who you expect will pay for it?
Actually, the water utility said that they are looking to it, and they are already thinking about how to solve this. It's quite affordable, and they have money for it. They signaled.
So you already spoke with BVS?
Yeah.
And this looks or sounds like a one-time solution, like for just one particular place. Is there anything else where
it's
this
the prototype
replicability? But whether you have some sites for the replicability of this solution?
These are the 3 underpasses, but basically the pipes can be anywhere you can lower. You have lower area. You don't have to.
Thank you. This was the 10th and the last team that was pitching here today during the Climathon final. Do you still want to explain the Zhubrienki Lebo Medveď name, or it's a random thing?
Yeah, it's like
we don't have to deal with the name.
Sure. Or too many Red Bulls. All right. Thank you very much. I would like to invite back on stage Eva, who will give you some final words about what's still ahead.
Thank you, Peter. And as you can see, I felt very underdressed, so I changed. Last information before the award session. I would like to now ask the esteemed jury to stand up. Please stand up. Please stand up. And move. Yes. Yeah, we have time for that. And if you can please move to the room with a great name, Fellowship of the Ring. And there you will contemplate. Please, round of applause for the jury. And Lukasz, who will join them. We shall give them 30 minutes to decide on the winner. And now we shall give you, I haven't finished. You don't know what you're going to do. Stop, guys. Excuse me, stop. Wait. Now we shall give you 30 minutes to wine and dine. And then I will call you back. Okay? Ready, steady, eat. See you.
Môžeme sa ich pozrieť na ten proces? Akože vyhodnotia?
Nie. I'm so happy to see all of you who are sitting on their chairs. Now the time has come, and we will soon announce the winners. But first, there are some things I would like to share with you. So welcome everyone to the award ceremony of the 4th edition of the Climathon. And a big round of applause for everyone, please. First of all, I want to and would like to thank the main partners and organizers, the City of Bratislava, Civita, Innovation League, and I want to thank Swissre, our main partner and supporter for 4 years, Uwe, Lukáš, Tomáš, Jakub, Matej. Round of applause. And IBL Weather Software Solutions. Misho, Jozef, Edita, Majka, Juraj. Thank you so much. And since we like to clap a lot, or you like to clap a lot, I have some other partners that I need to and want to mention. And we're really thankful, the EIT Urban Mobility, EIT Climate Geek, Israel Embassy of Israel in Slovakia, the Spot, the beautiful venue that we're here, Metropolitný inštitút Bratislavy, and Nadácia Slovenskej sporiteľne, Majka and Juraj, who are with us today. Thank you so much. And now some fun facts, because we have a lot of time until the award ceremony. So guess how many Red Bulls have you all drank tonight and yesterday? Almost 450. Wow, great. And there is one particular person who drank the most. Guess how many liters of Red Bull? 2.5, come on, I mean 7 liters. Congratulations, I don't know who the person is, but amazing. We all ate 400 baguettes from Pierre. Thank you very much. I hope you liked it. We drank 180 bottles of vitamin well. Wonderful. We have 125 participants, a record number. I'm so proud of you all. You should be proud of you all. A huge thank you for you. And an applause. And we have 31 teams, also a record number. Wonderful. Yes. And another record number is 40 mentors. Thank you so much. Do you know how old is the youngest hacker here? 13, yes. Where is he? Stand up. Okay, he doesn't want to stand up, but congratulations. Now, do you know the average number of hours that you guys slept? I have, well, 5.46. You slept well? I hope you did. And do you know what is the average age of hackers in this room? No. A little bit more. 25.3. Wonderful. And last but not least, I have a question. Do you know who traveled the furthest? Petra. Do you know how many kilometers? 7,194. Exactly. Congratulations. But as Slavko wanted me to mention on the stage, I wonder what's the carbon footprint? Petit. Okay, all right, enough of the fun facts. And now we have other partners, namely community and product partners, that we want to thank and recognize. We have collaborated with all of them. Most of you, or many of you, are here thanks to collaboration with our community partners. And I hope you are happy and fed and drank enough with our product partners. A round of applause for them, please. Thank you. And now I would like to invite on the stage the one and only, no, don't go away. Please come to the stage, I promised you. Peťa Zurovčinová, Chief Innovation Officer, City of Bratislava.
Peťka, thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. It's so great to see you. I was not here on Friday, and it's so great to see so many happy and rested faces. I hope you had a great weekend, and we in the City of Bratislava greatly appreciate that you actually dedicate your time and you come and spend the weekend with us, with the great mentors from the city and our partners. And we all try to make City of Bratislava a better city to live in, more resilient, more happier, more engaged. So it's also thanks to you that we feel motivated to serve all our residents, and we hope that you gained some knowledge about what the city is trying to do, how complex it is, and how much fun it is to work for the city and make it nicer, happier, more resilient. Anyway, I know I'm standing in between you and the prizes, but even if you don't win, we really appreciate that you are here, and if we reach out, we might want to work with you and take your ideas further. So don't worry, but yeah, I hope you had fun, and that's really important to us. We had fun with you, so thank you so much for coming, and hopefully see you next time.
Petya, I have some more things that I will be standing between now and the award ceremony. So, but it's fine. It's fine. All right. So, thank yous again. Thank yous. So, the beautiful picture here on top is our mentors. As I said, we have 40 of them here. They were here from Friday until now. Hopefully, we'll stay a little bit longer. They dedicated their time. We're here for you. Round of applause for them. Thank you so much. You're amazing. And then on this little picture here is a few of the Climathon organizing team. So now I would like to call, and please stand up, Tomáš, Klára, Jakub, Tomáš, Samo, Lucia, Aďo, Emma, Roman, Ferry. Just stand up so that we can thank you. These are our volunteers. These are our volunteers that have also dedicated their spare time and spent hours and hours, and we're kind of forbidding you to eat, but please don't blame them. They had the orders. Thank you so much, guys. You are amazing. And we also, yes, one more round of applause. And then last but not least is the Civita team, namely Martin, who's right there, who's been here and with Climathon forever and ever. He has Climathon tattooed on his forehead. Martin, amazing job. Thank you so much. This would not have been so great without you. We love you, Veslo. Thank you. And then we have Sima, who's also one of the main organizers. We have Lenka here, and we have Peter. Thank you so much. Okay. And now I would love to call on stage Mr. Uwe Nagel for a few words to you and to Climathon. The floor is yours.
Thank you. And since I'm between you and finding out who won the prizes, finally somebody's listening to me. I have to say, on the one hand, thanks, Eva, for mentioning all the names. I would do something about the order, because if there's one person in Swissby that really makes this Climathon work from our side, it is clearly Lukas. So give it a hand for Lukas, because he has... Not only done a lot of work in the organization team, but also on the Swissy side, getting that kind of money is not so easy. So really thanks for that, and also all the other guys from us that made it not as easy for themselves as I did, coming here on Friday evening and on Sunday evening, but really we're here all the time, we're working in the teams, we're mentoring teams and so on. So really, really big thank you for that, guys. I have to say, I'm extremely impressed, and that's not easy. I see a lot of data science projects, that's part of my job, and I see a lot of good ideas. And what I find so impressive is that every year we see new ideas. And every time, when especially in the beginning, I think that, guys, it has all been done. Every idea has been had at this point. And then I sit, when we discuss about the finalists, and we see so many brilliant ideas. When I went in there with my scoring sheet, they said, oh, Uwe was very generous. And I had to adjust my scale at some point, because the niveau of what we see is going up from year to year. We see brilliant ideas after brilliant ideas. We see implementations that are getting better and better. We see newest technology getting used. And you guys seem to be getting younger and younger every year. Maybe it's me getting older, I don't know. So I said in the very beginning that we are from Swiss, we're here for the talents, we're here for the CO2, we're here for the climate change, and we're here for the city. And what I've seen this year was absolutely overwhelming. I should not have skipped last year, because that jump was a bit too much for me. So to all of you, especially to those who are working here, to those who were working on all the food, all the organization, please do not forget these guys, otherwise this would not have been possible, or it would be a nightmare. And also to all of you coming in with your ideas, coming in with your work, coming in with your brilliant brains, thank you so much to make this work.
Oh, okay, thank you. Well, can I have my slide with Uwe back, please? Thank you. I have one more fun fact. We have 3 high schools here, or teams from 3 high schools. This is also a first for this year, and we discussed with Lukas that we might have a separate category for next year. So give it up for Gymnasium Juraja Hronca, Lyceum C.S. Lewisa, and Gymnasium Halova. Wonderful. It does not end here, you guys. So, since I have all the attention of you here, please join us for another hackathon, because we love hackathons, in Banska Bystrica. It's almost in like 2 weeks. You're all, fired up. So Friday, November 10th, please register. I want every phone out, and yeah, please, can you please take out your phones, and register. The prize is there. Please help us to make our health better. I think it's wonderful. We hope to see you there. It's under Civita auspices, so let's see. And last thing, I promise it's the last thing. For all of you who are here, we would like to offer you a workshop from hackathon idea to startup. It's a special tailor-made workshop for all the Climathoneers. It's on Thursday, 23rd of November, here in the spot from 4:30 p.m. for all participants and idea owners. Register here. Do I see some phones out? We will send out information later, but please come. You will never forget what you will learn there. Now, finally, we're there. Who's ready? Yay! for the third place, I would like to call on the stage none other than Peter Colliser, partner of Civita, with another T-shirt. Yay!
Thank you very much. A lot of wise words were said by Uwe and Petra, so I'll just compliment with one thing. 31 teams submitted their ideas and their solutions today. Only 10 teams made it to the final, and we're giving out only 3 prizes. But a lot of you that have not even been selected to pitch in the final are here and are rooting for your friends. There are many new friendships that were made during this evening and during this weekend. And I think you will take that even without the prize. You will take these friendships and relations and a new network that you have created with you to your school, to your jobs, to whatever you will be up to following this hackathon. So I want to appreciate all your efforts of all the participants that are here. Thank you very much. And with that, I would like to give out the third place award and 2,000 euros to the team Heatbusters.
Congratulations! Woo! Congratulations, Heatbusters. I love the name. Now, coming up, the second place and the award, 3,000 euro. I would love to welcome on the stage Miško Weiss from IBL. Applause!
Hello. One, two. Big secrets coming up. Okay. I would like to thank all of you who are here, who made this event so great. It's great to see that motivate people. Great to see we have 3 teams from the high schools. You are our future. So hope you enjoy that. Thanks to organizers who made this happen and mentors who stayed here with you all night. And the second winning team getting prize 3,000 euros is the one who actually got formed just here on Friday, who worked on a crisis management and its team, Green Guardians.
And now, the moment we all have been waiting for, 48 hours. The winner of the Climathon Awards, who will get 5,000 euro, the team. Uwe, the floor is yours.
I think we established at this point that it's a big mistake to put me on stage when there's an important announcement coming, so I will ruthlessly use the time that I have that everybody listens to me. No, seriously, I will try to keep it short, 45 minutes max. I've been asked to explain a bit how we choose the winners, and it's complicated. In the end, it's about who screams the loudest. But no, joke aside, there's a lot of discussion going on in that room, and thinking about it, we have very different people, we have very different interests. We have people like me who are looking only at the technical part. We have people like Micha looking at the, what do they do with that geodata? Does it make sense? We have Peter there, that is, but what does that mean for the city? Can we use it, can we not? We have another Micha taking the decision into a bit more cool area and trying to take a step back, look at it a bit more strategically. So when you look at the winners, take into account that we took all of these different aspects into account, and just because your solution might be absolutely brilliant does not mean that it needs to win. But with that, let me announce the winner of the first prize, which is BRS.
Do you want to be in the picture with him? So, how are you feeling? Who's the speaker?
The biggest speaker.
We would really like to thank everybody who supported us, all our mentors, everybody who talked to us, gave us input and advice. And I would, say that this is the kind of stuff that really makes a city resilient. People like us coming together and working on environmental problems. This is the way forward. Every one of us is an act of hope. And I hope to see us again next year for more and better. Thank you very much.
So now, the most important thing before we say our goodbyes. It's been a long weekend, many hours, many Red Bulls, many vitamin wells, many pizzas, many baguettes, but you all did it, and you all did a great job. As we keep saying, you should all be proud of yourself. I hope Petra and the mayor who came here and saw all of you and the great job that you have been doing for Bratislava, it makes you proud, right, Peti, as we are all. Now, I would like to explain you why I asked you to put on the t-shirts, because we're going to take a group photo, but it needs a little bit of organizing. So, if I can please have all the hackers, all the participants in white shirts, to please come on stage. There is only 30 people here that can be here, and the rest will lay here or sit or be there, right? Please refrain from this TV screen because MLV will kill us. Okay? So please come here. And I would like to ask our volunteers to move the chairs because we need to move first 3 rows away. So, yes, please. So all the participants,